Hello and welcome and welcome and hello and thank you for joining me on another exciting fucking edition of Un Poco Mas. Yip de doo ha! It's Danny Deals. It's me. Would like to thank the whole Un Poco Mas team. Stock Karen Hurricane Lopez, not a lurker. J Money. Don't know if he's awake or not. Didn't want to bother him. Guys, I want to talk about SoFi Technologies Incorporated. Ticker symbol is SOFI. Today, we fight back, guys. Today, we introduce Operation Fireworks, which is going to kick off in Q3 and extend through Q4. This is where we collectively and legally and ethically and with no, coordination, nothing to do with buying stock, we fight back. We take our company back. We take our stock back. We make this thing happen. Mechanics have had a hold of this thing. I keep hearing people. The capitulation is there. You retarders are so weak. You think, 2 years is a long time to hold a stock. So I see people running out of patience. I don't think you turds are going to make it through the summer. That is why on July 4th, we launch Operation Fireworks. And we take the company back. I have like a 12-prong plan, like a dozen eggs, bunch of nonsense I wrote up. You can see the master plan, a sneak peek. I can't even read my own writing. It's a huge problem. I have brilliant ideas all day long, and 9 out of 10 of them I can't even read. I have the handwriting of a doctor without the intellect or the career or the income. It's just no justice, no peace as far as I'm concerned. I blame Obama. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. Oprah's Thick SoFi bag is here. Flint Creek Soap Company is here. Good evening. Swiggity Scout Holding just switched everything to SoFi. Let's go. Excellent move, guys. Welcome and hello and welcome. Okay, we're talking Operation Fireworks. We're already into Q2, so there's really nothing we can do. But Q3, it's very, very simple. All retarders are going to do is make a few changes to how they behave, basically change their behavior completely 180 because you guys are a bunch of fucking idiots and you're always doing the wrong thing and you're always feeding the beast. So I'm just going to, none of these are like novel ideas. I'm not claiming to have any special insights. Most of them are very, very obvious, but I just want to kind of lay it out in one sort of, Unabomber style manifesto and just get it out there. Just get it out into the ether, the zeitgeist. Just see what we can generate. If you guys have any ideas how we can fight back, if you want to add anything to Operation Fireworks, it's going to kick off basically starting in Q3, run through the whole H2. What are we going to do, guys? Let me tell you. First off, let me just briefly summarize, and I do mean briefly. Let me see if I can figure out how to use this damn computer. I need some kind of a Gen Z to sort of show me what's going on. Show me the way every day. Anyway, guys, with all due respect, who is that? Frampton. Guys, SoFi was up a big 7 cents, down 1 cent after hours. Lag behind the market, basically. If you look at like even Upstart was up 3%, Coinbase, Bitcoin was going crazy. Affirm was up 7%. Even some of these garbage companies like Lucid was up 6%. That company's 100%, in my opinion, going bankrupt. Would already probably be bankrupt without a ton of ridiculous Saudi money. But you got to kind of question why do they put money into different things. Anyway, guys, volume kind of actually led up a bit, 45 million shares. If you look at the short ratio, it was 56% or something like that. I'm going to try to go through this really quickly. Square pops on earnings, revenue beat. Of course it does because, institutions own Square. But if you look at the short on SoFi today, it was basically flat. Shorts over 20%, shares on loan almost 300 million. Live short interest today was 1.31 net borrowed. Yesterday, the net borrowing was 29 million shares. There's like 300 million shares on loan. Really a powder keg situation. One announcement, one or two things could really send the stock moving up. And I keep telling people a lot of people are thinking the stock's going to break back down to like in the fives. I really don't understand why. If you look at the chart, the stock has had absolutely no appetite to sell at all under 7. Sorry, I was on a drawing here, but if you kind of zoom out, The last time the stock was, below 7 for real was, last summer, 1st of June. Just breaks down below 7 here very briefly, quickly recovers, touches 7 here a couple times, very minimally. But if you look at this last channel, this was basically a parallelogram or whatever the hell you call that. It was basically parallel lines in a channel. This is much more of a wedge. The bottom is far more flat. You see these angles, top and bottom, basically the same. Another thing, it's just kind of interesting. If you look at this channel that was basically between August and the first of the year, you see how it's completely different than this channel that's first of the year till now. Approximately the same length of time, but notice how this is very controlled, very orderly. It descends and ascends very similarly. It looks basically like a shark tooth, where this looks like some type of crazy, chart from a earthquake or something, some type of seismograph where it's just very random, and then it seems random, but just let's just look at how algos work. Look at the evil genius. I mean, these gaps down. Why does this thing always gap down on the first of the like basically the first of the month? Here's the 2nd of January. You see a huge gap down. Then the 1st of February or last day of January, huge gap down. If you look at this one, this is like the right around the beginning of March, huge gap down. And then this is the last day of April, huge gap down, coming into the first of the month. So it's just odd. This is much more of a wedge. There's no appetite to sell under 7. I don't care what the S1s are. I don't care what the pivots are. These algos are fighting hard, but institutions are buying in above this. If you look at institutional ownership, ticked up again today, just overnight. It's up to 423 million, actually reading above 40% for the first time I've seen in quite a while. We saw this chart already. If you look at the institutional owners, sort of same story, a lot more buyers than sellers. Some of these bigger ones, for instance, I was seeing one buy here from Mirai. They had a 15% increase at 1.26 million shares. A lot of the sellers are just really tiny positions, but like Van Eck increased their shares by 50% up to about 300,000 shares. So obviously institutions are, buying in slowly but surely. That's another reason I want to start Operation Fireworks in Q3. Want to get that institutional ownership. I believe that'll grow steadily throughout this quarter. Probably, hopefully, be in the mid 40s. By the end of this quarter, hoping to be, close to 50% by the end of the year. I think that's one very, very important. It's the most important thing about getting shorts off the stock is just getting institutional ownerships. Like, the CalPERS increasing their shares. Very, very important, very stable. They're not shorting stocks. They're not trading stocks. These are, long-term conservatives. Anyway, guys, hello and welcome. Max Payne still sitting at $7, but it's very odd when I see the volume, all the puts and calls, the volume line up on the same number. I kind of smell a rat, and oftentimes it doesn't finish right there. Usually when, the puts are a bit to the left of the calls, you see that a little bit more accurate as a predictor. These, this strikes me as more hedging. I think the algos are working very, very hard. Let's see who else is here, guys. JS, what's up? Benjamin Murphy. Hello, Benjamin Murphy. Spaghetti Scout here. Cum Rocket is here. Good to see you, Cum Rocket. Pop Rocks Live, love from Minnesota. Good to see ya. Oh, I love a good casserole. Oprah's have relatives in Minnesota. Oprah's, you guys catch AI article thoughts, and we use AI like I breathe. Hope it adds some kind of yeah. SoFi can say AI, but they just don't get the run out of it. SoFi needs to announce turning shitty used car dealership. I totally agree. Let's say sorry guys. Let's say Pavilion Invest, a bunch of pedophilers, all who control the banks and the shorts. I don't know about that. That's a very odd thing to say. Did you send the illegitimate father a happy birthday note? I hate you, Dad card today. Oh, Noto's birthday was today. I didn't realize that. No, Papa, like I said, abandoned me at birth. He sent me in a raft made of straw down the river. And that was the last I saw of him. All he imparted was his knowledge of numbers and discipline for investing. That's all I got. He named me Sue, and he left me to fend for myself. Anyway, guys, that's not really what I wanted to talk about. Is just all this mundane data. There's a lot of SoFi articles out, both positive and negative. Dan Dolev came out with a solid defense basically of SoFi still at $12. Again, I don't understand these guys like Deutsche Bank, who's at 11 and a hold. Just doesn't make any sense to me. You have almost 60% upside on a stock and you're at a hold. Same with Barclays, $10 and a hold, 43% upside. Just it's like if you think a stock has that much upside, it's very strange that you wouldn't be a buy on the stock unless you're just not a buyer of that sector. You're just not a buyer of stocks in general. But these analysts are definitely don't fall into that camp. They're always telling their clients to buy something or other. So very, very strange in that respect. Another thing you guys should take a look at in terms of Galileo becoming the AWS of fintech is just a lot of their competitors. Some of these guys aren't even competitors, but like if you start researching these companies, I think Galileo, their leadership team, their toolbox, their talents, their core competencies, I think they're in a very, very strong position. But Synapse, I don't think Stripe is really a Galileo competitor. Pomelo is. SlimPay, some of these are payments, some of these are banking infrastructure. None of them, I don't think, hardly any of these have bank charters, so they're going to third parties. I really feel like Galileo can grab market share here. I really feel like Galileo can be a leader in this market based on what I know, but it's very opaque, and I'm not actually smart enough to understand how these the real tech stuff works in terms of building these APIs and deploying them and integrating them with SoFi Bank and all that stuff. I just don't know enough about the nuts and bolts of how this works to know if Galileo is really able to get there. Do I think Noto knows what he's doing in acquiring Galileo? Do I think Galileo has an excellent leadership team? Do I think they have the ability to build the relationships and really start growing these revenues and get the return that for the money we spent on Galileo? I think we're going to get the cost savings in terms of SoFi. But another thing that's, very frustrating is just the pace of innovation within SoFi itself. Like, why don't we have, at least covered calls, real option suites? When I talk to some people at SoFi management who really know what's going on with that, they're like, well, you have to then have shorting. You have to have all these things that, you can't have one side of a trade. You have to implement all sorts of other things. I'm like, look, you're talking about being a best in breed tech solution. You're talking about helping people get their money right. Covered calls, as all you guys know, if you don't believe me, talk to Savage of Wall Street. It's one of the easiest, smartest, safest, getting your moneyest, rightiest, ways to basically make income off your shares when your shares are stagnant, moving sideways. Even if they're going up or down, you can still usually, finagle some covered calls in there. But, so I just don't want to hear any more excuses. I don't want to see that pushed, into mid 2025 or whatever. Some people at SoFi have told me, they're going to get it done this year. I'll believe it when I see it. I know Galileo's being pulled in a lot of different directions. I know there's cost cutting going on. There's headcount reduction going on. You have senior management, several senior managers leaving the company. So, I'm just saying, like, everybody wants to say, okay, Chiavarini, Noto, they're saying, okay, 2024 is a transitional year. They're saying that for tech. That's what you told us last year. This is the last transitional year you get, turds. Make the transition. Bring in some revenue. Get these guys online. At least sign some contracts so the customer count goes up. I know the revenues aren't going to come in, flowing in right away. This isn't a waterfall of money business, guys. People want to, this just isn't how this works. It's not going to be like, the spigot turns on and it's just a flow. It's going to start as a trickle, these revenues. It's going to come online slowly. It took forever just to get SoFi integrated. It took several years to integrate SoFi itself with Galileo. I think that process just got finished up, if it even is. But I want to see more innovation inside of SoFi. Like, everybody got so much hype out of these Robinhood announcements. The media just went insane. And they just dropped down to their knees. just to fillet that Robinhood tool because they made a gold-plated credit card. It's a horrible business. It's going to be horrible for the company. Yeah, it's great for the members. Just give you endless cash back, endless spiffs. That's why SoFi is a responsible company with good management. They're cutting down on customer acquisition. They're cutting down on the spiffs. They're cutting down on the spend. They're cutting down on sales and marketing. That's why they're able to make more profit in certain sectors with less revenue because they're becoming more efficient. And that's what data-driven investing was talking about. And I heard, who I think it was Roy talking about, or Tevis or Roy, I can't remember, was talking about how this is a fixed cost business. You can add members, you can add revenue, you can add business without adding hardly any marginal cost to a lot of these products. That's what's so brilliant about this business plan. And as the wheel starts to work, but the wheels are in motion, the check's in the mail, that's what we keep hearing. Another transitional year. Ah! Oh, I'm so angry. I'm such a turd, guys. I'm such a Karen. Bookend tackles. What's going on? I wish I was back on the islands. I live at the beach, but I'm still a anxiety-riddled turd. What can I do? Pavilion West. Let's see. Pavilion West with some weird comments. I don't want to block you, but it's a weird thing to say. Hey, folks. Himothy, we need Nancy Pelosi to buy. We need, Nancy and her husband. When they buy, stocks tend to go up. What do you know? They tend to, it's only Congress people that can trade on insider information. Tanner, the bear is slowly climbing up your leg. Give it a calf a few pumps. You're not a bear. Hybrid valuation may seem fleeting, but we go full EV one day inevitably. Yeah, I mean, just say you're building an electric car. Just say you're building the SoFi car like Apple. And just tease it for like 10 years. Just absolute bullshit. Or like Elon Musk, just say, Cybertruck's coming, like 2016, 2017, 2018. Just keep saying it. Just say whatever. Say you're building a flying car. Say you're, say you're building a solid state battery. I don't know. Say something. Say anything. What was that movie? John Cusack. Anyway, guys, Tennis Puzak, let's see, AM bought some calls here. There you go, AM. That's the spirit. So, guys, I want to go into Operation Fireworks. I want to give the marching orders to retarders. I want to give the marching orders to SoFi. I want to give the marching orders to my friends and colleagues in the media, the talking heads, the U-turd community, big and small, important and not, head shave, pink hair, fake quitting YouTube, selling courses, just being, idiot comedians on here for kind of a laugh. Whatever it is, guys, here are your marching orders. Okay, so to SoFi, to my Papa Noto, to my biological father, Anthony Noto, I'm the apple of his eye. He never thought he would have a son outweighing him by a good 100 pounds, who was probably about the same age. But anyway, guys, it is what it is. I think he was only 9 years old. Some kind of romance with a music teacher. I'm not sure of the exact circumstances. That's why they had to send me adrift down the river, and I was taken in by a nice band of phony tail people. All my family, all my people, our whole clan have phony tails. It's my cross to bear, but anyway, guys, I'm still a little loopy. I've been all stupid jet lag. You need a vacation from your vacation. That's really the truth. You need a week off after you come back just to have an actual vacation, because when you're my size, it cram you into those airlines, push you around like cattle. I mean, it's beautiful being on the islands in the time. It's amazing, but getting there as a middle-aged chunky Karen. It's just more than this Karen can accommodate. But anyway, guys, welcome and hello. Connor Jennings is here. You sound very important. That's a very important name. You get my frustration. Thank you, Connor Jennings. Pinky in the brain. We're going to take over the world, Matt Flo. It's what we do every day. Matt Flo's taken over the world. I remember Matt Flo, many of you guys saying he's a very important person. A VIP, if you will. Oprah's, you have the Husker Do's or Husker Don'ts with 4th of July baskets, good stuff at the back of the fireworks store. Yeah, Timothy, I wish, man. Private jet. Guys, I'm not in that pay grade. Like some of this, I talk about some of the stocks I bought when I was young, that have made incredible gains. But the problem is I started off poor. So when I was investing in college, it was very little money. Maybe I was making $300 a week. I might be able to invest $20, $30, $50 on a good week. So, even if I bought Microsoft very, very early, which I did, I didn't buy enough. So it's like I didn't have much. So it's not like I made millions and millions of dollars. I made some nice money, paid off student loans, did different things. And I'm very grateful for the experience, but it's not like, these kids you hear about sometimes like, oh, the 19-year-old made $70 million in an options trade. It's like, well, where did he get $3 million cash or credit or margin or whatever at 19? So, you find out then, okay, his dad manages a hedge fund and he's, worth $3 billion. He's like, okay, now this makes sense. But anyway, guys, I digress. It's neither here nor there. I digress. I should have that tattooed on my forehead along with like ADHD or whatever it is. But in any case, guys, I'm going to give you the Operation Fireworks. Let's go through this thing. So to Papa Noto and the shareholders of SoFi, I want you to call a special meeting and I want you to authorize the repurchase, the buyback of 100 million shares of SoFi. I just want you to have that in your hands. When the computer asks you, what about a nice game of chess? What about a nice game of chess? You say, no, thank you, because I have a game of global thermonuclear war in mind, and we are sitting on, whatever day it is, $3 billion, $4 billion in cash. You could buy back 100 million shares. I know it's going to fuck up the capital ratios and all these different things, but I want it as an option. I want the shorts to have trouble sleeping at night. So I want shareholders or whoever has to authorize a share buyback program. It doesn't mean you have to do a damn thing, but you just have the option. They authorized a reverse split, I think, at one point, for God's sake. We're not going back to 5, guys. We can't do it. So authorized share buybacks. You have deposits flowing in. You're not making loans. You have cash sitting there. You have SoFi shares dipping down under 7. I know it's probably not going to happen. I know it's a pipe dream, but I want them to buy back shares. And okay, here's one for our retarders. We're just going to skip around because, again, that's how my mind works. I digress. Stop buying short-dated options. Stop listening to Savage of Wall Street. He's messing with you. What's up, Billy Jack? He's messing with you. He is selling covered calls because he's smart. He's just a little bit funny looking, but he's smart. Take what he's saying on these comments and do the opposite. The guy's joking, for those of you that are stupid. Lock your shares from being lent. I know that sounds, everybody says, oh, you can't do that. You absolutely can do that if you're not trading on margin. With SoFi, all you have to do is go into the chat and say, don't lend my SoFi shares, and they don't lend your SoFi shares. They lock your shares. So that's actually not hard to do. Basically every broker has a way to do that, to opt out of the lending program. It's usually just a matter of hitting a chat with technical support. It takes like 2 minutes. So go ahead and lock your SoFi shares if you haven't done that. When they lend your shares, they give you like 5 or 6% of the revenue, or if you're lucky, 10% of the revenue. It's like pennies. You'll never get it. You'll never see jack shit, and they'll loan your shares. What do you guys think this payment for order flow is all about? They're buying your data so they can bend you over a barrel and show you the 50 states. Why do you think they're paying for the data? Why do you think they're paying for the privilege to execute your orders for free? Because they know exactly what you're going to do. They know exactly what you're thinking. They know before you know when you're going to take a shit. They know when you're going to buy and sell. They know what you're going to do. They're listening to your every word. They're watching you all the time. Don't you get it, you Robin Hood weak-kneed turds? You want everything for free? There's no free lunch. How do you think Robinhood, how do you think these executives live their lifestyle? Why do you think people pay them for your order flow? It's because they're fucking you over. You dummies. Trade with a real broker. Go to, JP Morgan. Go to one of these. I know they're all free. It's all free, but there's some that are good and some that are bad. And I don't trust Robinhood. I don't trust the guy as far as I can throw him. When they can bend over retail and screw you over and claim plausible deniability, hey, we didn't coordinate anything, nobody talked to us, nobody said anything, it's all just an innocent coincidence when, hedge funds were about to be crushed and put out of business, we just halted trade, it's all just a complete innocent misunderstanding. Fuck you. All right, sorry guys, I'm getting a little far afield. Princess J isn't here, so my ranting can get a little bit out of control. Hello and welcome, Ghost. Welcome and hello. Billy Jack is here. Noto's an A+ businessman, gets an F as a politician. Noto, make me the face of the company. You don't have to pay me. The things you can't say, the things you're unable to say, the emotion that you're unable to articulate for what this company is going to be. You're too measured. You're too Botoxed. You're too poised. You're too rehearsed. But God damn it, I love you, man. I love you, man. But if you need me, call me. Call me. When you need a friend, just call me. I'll say what has to be said. I'll do what has to be done. I'll get the retarders in order. I'll get these fucking... sorry, guys, I have spittle. Getting a little bit excited. Too much spittle. Anyway, guys, hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. Steven Zunker's here. Buyback. Good idea. Thank you, Steven. Direct deposit, everything. $3 billion in deposits. 50% of customers signing up for direct deposit who join money within 30 days. 90% of deposits coming from the sticky direct deposit customer. It couldn't get any better. The core business is growing. The core business is extremely healthy. Lending is always going to make money. This tech wild card is the icing on the cake. It is extra. It is additional. Even if Galileo never explodes and becomes this big AWS, this is still a very, very good company. It's not a home run company, but without Galileo, but it could be a solid double, could be a solid triple. You don't have to hit home runs all the time. There's nothing wrong with a few nice base hits. Take what they give you. Go Oppie. Go Oppie. Just drop that bat and let it come through. Let the weight of the bat do the work. Swing lighter. Sometimes when you swing lighter, you hit the ball further. You know, you guys who were good at baseball know what I'm talking about. Do less. My Hawaiian name is Kono. Do less. It's like, do less. He's like, well, you're going to have to do a little bit more than that. Anyway, guys, hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. It's Un Poco Mas, where we slap you across the face with some knowledge. Give you a good Archie slap, like a proper criminal. Proper rock and roller. To quote the brilliant Guy Ritchie, former husband of the great Madonna. One of the probably top 40,000 greatest filmmakers of the last decade, I would say. The Ghost is here. SoFi, buy the stock and get rich. Catfish Tyler. What's going on, Catfish? Catfish Tyler, que pasa? Just been so busy, man. I swear to God, I haven't been able to make any videos the last month. But I have actually caught a few of Catfish's streams. Sometimes Catfish is on in the morning. I wake up like 4 a.m. Catfish is already on. Dude, the guy's he's one of these guys that just puts out content, constantly. And you gain so much knowledge about SoFi, other stocks, anecdotal songs. So go subscribe to Catfish's channel. Absolutely. Like and subscribe. Do not like and subscribe to my channel. Not a Lurker's not here, so I can tell you that. Oprah is here. Himothy, man, when you parlay your turn with a shower, not sure. I shower at least once a day, often twice. I'm a big guy, so. And I'm obsessed with hygiene, believe it or not. I'm just kind of messy, but yeah, shower constantly, actually. People make fun of me, actually, for how much I shower. Sometimes if I'm exercising, I'll shower 2-3 times in a day because I just don't like to go to sleep dirty. I shower when I wake up, so I probably spend about half my life in the shower. That's why my hair is so frizzy, because I wash it like 3 times a day. Princess Jayla is telling you, got to wash it less. It looks better when it's dirty. I'm like, I don't like it dirty. Like it clean. Anyway, guys, hello and welcome and hello. Enough about my, conditioning habits. From the shares, I listen, can't buy enough. Noto, Elon's AI bots. He could very well be. Could be a Tesla bot. I don't have enough capital to buy more SoFi shares. Sorry about that, Gustav Graves. I might be able to throw a couple of shares your way. I think the share price is down, Noto. I'm not the type of person to be asked that. Yeah, these are not the droids you're looking for. Don't come to me with some bullshit, half-ass, trifling fucking question, you fucking turd. Get out of my face. I'm trying to play golf. Not a lurker, you need to keep the beast calm down. Not a lurker's not here, I can do whatever I want. Neither is Princess J. Ha! Ah! Danny free! No one here! Not a lurker. Then it's 7 after hours. Buy it. Buy the dip. Smell the rip. Or sell the dip, smell the rip. I mean, Dominic Holbach, un poco más shorts. There are a lot of shorts, Dominic. We talked about it a little bit, but yeah, we another million today. They borrowed 30 million yesterday. I think some of that has to do with these cap call deal or whatever. It just seems unreal. At one point they were borrowing like 50 million shares. They weren't shorting that many, so I don't know. I can't claim to understand all the mechanics of how market makers do. They're doing 50,000 things that I don't understand behind the scenes. You got to go to a guy, like Uncle Bruce, who actually understands the stuff. Or a bunch of other U-turners who pretend to understand the stuff, but a few of them do, but most of them don't and just pretend to. So I don't try to, explain shit I don't understand. You just end up looking like an asshole. And I already look like an asshole enough of the time, so I don't need to pile on. Pop Rocks Live is here. Just turned off share lending on my SoFi account. Took 20 seconds. Good deal, Pop Rocks Live. Yeah, I didn't know you could do it manually. I just did it on the chat. Literally took like 2 minutes just waiting for chat. And then, once I got chat, it took seconds. So, completely agree. Super easy. Yeah, and you don't make any money from it. They just use you. They just use your shares. So, turn it off. Tear them up! That's like the glory scene where they pay the black soldiers less than the white soldiers. They end up tearing up all their paychecks. Tear them up! And then Matthew Broderick tears up his, and they all start to identify that this is a good white guy here. We could trust this motherfucker. Ask Thomas. Thomas knew this dude back when he was, wealthy, free, free man in the North. So we could trust him, even though, that one dude, Denzel Washington's character was not fond of Thomas at first. They did bond at the end. If this man shall fall, who will carry the flag? I will. I will, said Thomas, and I will carry the flag for SoFi. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello, and welcome. SoFi stock up just marginally on the day. Hugging that $7 area, which has been an area of support for the stock going back quite a ways. You can see that and So time after time after time. Yes, it's dipped slightly below this line, but look how quickly it recovered to $7, and it only spent 1 day actually below the line. So no big deal, guys. This complete sell-off, it was complete pre-planned attack bullshit. So lock your shares. I already said that. Another one's just very basic for retraders. Buy long shares, not calls, not even leaps. Buy long shares, sell covered calls. You're going to make more money in the long run buying long shares and selling covered calls. You can also sell covered calls versus your leaps. I generally don't do this, but I know it's very possible. You just have to know the mechanics of it. Again, I'm sure a guy like Uncle Bruce or Alberto Berti Avilés could explain it to you more better. But anyway, buy long shares and sell covered calls. Don't buy any short-dated calls. Don't buy. You're not smart enough to time it. You're stupid. You have FOMO, you hold way too long, you don't sell the pop, and you get left holding a big stinking bag of excrement because you're a slow, dim-witted, short bus, truck stop all-star. Okay? You're a shoe shine boy. All right? All right? Frank Rizzo, open your fucking ears, jackass! What's up, Catfish? Un poco más indeed. 40,000 views on his channel yesterday. Shit! I usually get 1,000 views. That's awesome, Catfish. It couldn't happen to a better. I'm telling you, man. Catfish is the fucking white Haitian James Brown. Hardest working motherfucker on YouTube. So he doesn't need my views. Catfish has got 100 times my views. But in any case, for what un poco I can do, I will say, go watch Catfish's channel and subscribe. Because he's a good dude besides. Catfish is full of surprises. Who would think the guy's he's a southern guy, and then he was grew up in Haiti, and he speaks these other languages. He's one of these guys. Might be easy to underestimate, but just a lot more than meets the eye. So anyway, good to see you, Catfish. Miss you, brother. I'm gonna go try to check out your channel. Get a little less busy here after tax time has let up on me. Just keeping me chained to my desk. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Do less. Indeed, Matt Flo. You're all over the references. Dominic Holbach, golden showers. Not for me, sir, but you do you. SoFi stock is broken. Stocks don't break, man. Stocks don't break. Companies break. Stocks don't break. Stocks go up and down based on supply and demand, based on what mechanics want to do. At the end of the day, at the beginning it starts a popularity contest. At the end, it's a weighing contest. They're going to value SoFi based on how much money it makes. Period. We're not there yet. Remember, we just made 2 cents twice. It ain't shit, guys. That's one place where I agree with G squared, Gary Gordon. We haven't proved anything yet. We have a good track record. We got a good start. We dipped our toe in the water. We got our finger in a few pies. But we haven't proven anything yet. We've been surprisingly holding strong. Yeah, I mean, it keeps holding 7 a.m. It keeps holding 7. Nobody's selling this thing under 7. Look at what they had to do to bring this thing down. These giant fake sell-offs. This is HFT. They do it overnight. It just dropped the shit out of the stock, fixing the bid and the ask. Nobody's selling it off at these rates based on what? There's no big sell-off based on this ER. This one was based on some call by some analyst. It's fucking ridiculous, this price action. This is not connected to fundamentals in any way, shape, or form. Okay? Okay, what else can you do? So this is the real key, guys, on starting on July, to not only sign people out, don't buy the stock, don't do anything with the stock, support the business. Okay, there's a lot of SoFi products you can personally get for free. Not just money, not just relay, credit card, whatever it is. Each one of you, without spending a dime, could sign up for, 2, 3, 4 SoFi products. Imagine if the entire retard community got involved in Operation Fireworks. And I already have like 6 products, so I probably can't do this personally, but I've also referred quite a few people to SoFi. So that's the heart of the retard part of Operation Fireworks. Q3, I want massive product ads. I want cross-selling. And by God, use the company. It's a good company. I give them revenue. I not only use the credit card all the time, I use the bank, I use their travel, I have life insurance. I use, the relay deal. I don't use it that much, but I have it as a product. I think at last count I had 6 products with SoFi. So Operation Fireworks, support the company. Get your family to support the company. You guys all have family. Get them to sign up for SoFi, guys. You can make 100,000 member ads and 200,000 product ads. Personally, you can do it. Ask not what SoFi can do for you, but ask what you can do for Danny Deals. To paraphrase the great JFK. Anyway, guys, Ich bin ein Berliner, which I think means I am a donut, as they say afterward. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello, and welcome. So I want you guys, starting July 4th, starting Q3, don't do it now. Keep your powder dry, guys. They want to say Q2 is going to weak. We gave weak guidance. Fine. Let them have it. Fine. Sell it off. Gap it down. Dump it and pump it. Hump it and rump it. Whatever you got to do. Oh, God, I'm exhausted. Fucking hate you guys. I don't know who's watching. I don't know why anybody'd be watching. There's always 66 people watching my channel. Same thing last night. Mark of the Beast. Why is the devil after me? Devil went down to Georgia, I thought. I ain't in Georgia. Get back down to Georgia. Hassle Charlie Daniels or somebody. Anyway, guys, institutional owner New Year. Yeah, institutional ownership is going up quite a bit. Now, Catfish, the reason it's only just over 40 is because they just added a ton of shares. I mean, think about it. They just added the 75 million shares. They added shares for stock-based compensation. So they probably just added 85 million shares, and yet the institutional ownership is still going up quite a bit. So in the absence of that big deal, it would have gone up a lot more. But the share count just went up a ton. So in any case, the Ghost, SoFi Lending's off by default. Mine actually, Ghost was on. I never turned it on, but I don't know. It could be a newer thing. I did this some time ago, so maybe off now by default. Could be a PR thing. So if that's the case, that's good. You don't have to do anything, but I would still double check because mine was on lend, and I did confirm that with chat. So Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington. Yeah, Morgan Freeman's great in that character. They give him the promotion to sergeant. Like Matthew Broderick was really good in that movie, and Carl Hughes. Don't forget Carl Hughes, who I believe was killed at the end. Really good falling down that sand. But anyway, Glory, great movie, excellent movie. Boy, what a cast! I mean, what a cast! Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman. Man, I think guys who would go on to win Oscars. In any case, guys, Mike Hill, not a lurker anymore, has opened a short position on the SoFi stock. I don't know about that. I don't think so. I think he's just, I think he's sleeping. That's it. Theory time. How goes SoFi Goldman share price before I die? I don't know. You got to live a long time, Ross. Ross the boss. My SoFi cod piece is still on back order. Yes, mine too. They did not have one in my size. Tacos and tequila. The stock is a wet dream for shorts. People selling covered calls. SoFi Invest is weak. I can't sell options in my SoFi shares. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. We absolutely need covered calls at a bare minimum. Gilgo, Beach Slayer. Gilgo. I remember your name because I know what it rhymes with. Gilgo. Noto is the weird dork converting other data nerd. Yeah, he's a bit of a nerd. He's very stiff. Tell him to call me, guys. Put it on Twitter. Hit him on Twitter. Say, hire Danny Deals. You don't have to pay him a dime. Not going to cost me. I'm not going to cost you 1 penny on the balance sheet, on the statement of cash flows. You pay me 0. Big goose egg. And I'll still use all your products, and I'll do your PR for free. And I will enlist the help of the Turd Army in Operation Fireworks, which is starting on July 4th of this year. And that's where we maximize member ads. We maximize product ads. We do it ourselves if we have to. If they're not going to give us any respect, we take respect. We lift ourselves up by our bootstrap. How could I lift myself up by my boots? My bootstraps if I don't have any boots. I believe that was a line from Lean On Me or Stand and Deliver. Summertime's now, trying to work with single mother with 4 kids, throw my money into stock. Nerds, hey, everyone, welcome. Sell cash secured puts, selling secured calls, stick empathy. Capture title based on $7 stock, June 17th strike. AM him thieves $2 leaps catfish card. Guys, I'm trying to read this. Sorry, my mumbling. I think I'm going to try $8. Hockey rink is here. Hockey rink selling calls. Thank you, Jeff Presley. I'm trying. 7 years ago I was born, and now my hair is gray and I'm old and fat. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. On a side note, some banks are offering 5% on saving now. SoFi did step it up. They really don't, Ghost, because SoFi is actually getting more business than those banks. Those banks need to offer more. SoFi doesn't. SoFi is getting more deposits than they need right now, quite frankly. I'm sure they'd take more, but I don't think SoFi needs to raise those interest rates at all. I'm going to disagree with you on that one. I played tennis with a guy I'd never heard of Caddyshack. Yeah, I don't know how you've never heard of Caddyshack. Yeah, I got, the Dalai Lama offered me eternal nirvana, so I got that going for me, which is nice. It's a mix of Sensimia and, Kentucky Bluegrass. So you play 18 holes on it during the day, and at night it stones the bejesus out of you. Carl's one of just the great characters. Like, I have a pond and a pool. Pond would be good for you. Anyway, guys, hello to all the turds. I'm really just JR's here. Savage of Wall Street is here. Savage of Wall Street, I was making fun of you earlier. Good to see you. Oprah's thick SoFi bag. Savage, I'm leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Midnight train. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. I don't know what else I was saying. I have to go to my notes. Another thing for returners, so I said already, support the business referrals starting July 4th. Not just referrals, not just member ads, not just products. Put money into the business. We need retail to have a blowout quarter in Q3. I want retail to do the heavy lifting. It doesn't have anything to do with buying stocks. Doesn't have anything to do with coordination. Doesn't have anything to do with manipulating the stock price. Doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's nothing wrong with it. Just support the company. Add members, add products, add money. Q3, I need your help. SoFi needs you in Q3. I need you. Uncle Sam, you've heard of Uncle Sam. I'm your Uncle Danny Deals. Remember, I'm your old buddy Danny Deals. You say, I don't have a buddy. You do now, friend. Danny Deals. Un poco mas, basic bitches. Savage is here. It's the party can start. Matt Flo, Charlie didn't kill the devil. Yeah, didn't he make a deal with the devil? Where can I pick up a SoFi shirt? Printerville. I got mine in Printerville. I don't. If you have any problems with them, I have no deal with them, but that's where I got mine. So I had no problem. It's very reasonable. Devil insists out of chat. I'm getting a FTX risk management departure hockey ring sale. This is selling covered calls. My covered calls sold last Friday. Monday's open. You're always selling covered calls, Savage. Looking at the app, no level 1 options yet. I think SoFi Dex is deep shit. Rumi, they're just putting their resources into other places. That's really the issue. You know, they're just putting those resources into other places. So I don't think it's a big deal, but, you know, I think the app is going to catch up, but I think what SoFi's core customer is not an options buyer. It's not an, if you look at retail investors, very, very small percentage of retail investors actually do options. I know a high percentage of you guys do, but you guys are junkies. You guys are degenerates, Rumi. That's just the way it is. That was a perfect time to ride. Go Beach Slayer. Can we have 3 or 4 next earnings? You guys are all talking options. Very stupid advice from Uncle Bruce. Yeah, a lot of people think Uncle Bruce is an idiot. A lot of people think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I don't know enough about him to know what he's true. Difference of opinion till SoFi makes. I personally, from what I've seen of him, I think he sounds fucking brilliant. But a lot of people say he makes bad stock picks from like back in the COVID days. I never saw him then, so I just can't say. That makes no fucking sense to me. Just sell some surrounding the dark market, take you out, take the premiums, buy more shares. I think you're pretty safe there. I don't know for what dates you guys are talking about. Really need to expand the fintech. You need more revenue on the fintech side. That's it. Selling outright cash secured puts. Stupid advice. I sold $10 covered calls. That's okay. Yeah, $10 covered calls for January 2026. Wow. Okay, what kind of premium are you generating on that? Yeah, I'm buying those from you. Yeah. You're selling too fucking far out. Lock your money out 2026. Yeah, I wouldn't sell calls out there. I don't see the benefit of that. You get it. Yeah, you're generating quite a bit of premium, but I don't know. Okay. Yeah, you do you. I mean, maybe you're gonna roll out of them pretty quickly. I don't know. Writing similar, started at the money, we're old, Step Bros, Line in the Sand, if older peeps heard of the movie wise. Yeah, I'm real old, Air Force. I just unsubscribed from you and joined the Catfish Noodler. You go, Gilgo. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Rhymes with dildo. I don't care. No, I like you, Gilgo. But yeah, unsubscribe. I wish everyone would unsubscribe. You guys can all go fuck yourselves for all I care. I don't monetize this channel. I don't care if 2 of you subscribe or 2 million. And pish posh. Bruce suggested a bunch of SPACs, including SoFi. SoFi was pretty much the only one that hasn't nosedived. Yeah, I was in a lot of those SPACs too, but I got out of them at the right time. Thank goodness. Anyway, let me look back at my notes. Another thing is just look at the channel and buy the channel. Don't set stop losses. Your stop losses are for idiots. Stop losses are for children. I mean, yeah, if you're in a penny stock, you want to set a stop loss down, 30-40%. It's one thing. Setting a stop loss 6.99 or 7. I mean, look at these channels. Look at the lines. They're very defined. It's easy to find the bottoms if you want to trade this thing, but don't set stop losses. You're just making things way too easy for the market makers. Along the same, just stop buying any short calls. You're feeding the beast. You're making things way too easy for the market makers. Just buy long shares and sell covered calls. That's all you have to do. Okay, as far as talking to Noto, transparency on the tech data. Deadliest Catch Chris, Data-Driven Investing, talked a lot about this. We need transparency on the tech data. We need to know what's actually happening with that business quarter to quarter, more than just accounts and revenue. It's not enough. Specificity in these uncategorized expenses. That's what the bear Gary Gordon was talking about. It's still too much. It's still too hard to figure out. Why does corporate go up, swing wildly to the upside the last 2 quarters? We don't know. Chris was able to figure it out. Explain accounting changes like that change in corporate earnings clearly. I said already, don't just buy leaps. Buy long shares and sell covered calls. You're going to make more money. My notes somehow went that way. We have mild ER beats, but the market reacts like we're having these insane misses and these insane beats. The market treats this stock like an absolute wild man when it's actually just a very sort of, well-defined, controlled, conservative, extremely conservatively managed, extremely stable growth company, and it's being treated like it's this absolute monster. If you look at stocks like Affirm, if you look at stocks like Robinhood, when they have a down year, their revenue falls off 30, 40, 50%. It just falls off a cliff. When SoFi has a down year, their revenues are going to grow 15 to 20%. And I believe they're going to grow more than 20%. I know, people are going to call me crazy. I think SoFi is going to do at least $2.5 billion this year. I think the second half is going to be an absolute fucking screamer. An absolute screamer. But what do I know? So, guys, July 4th, I want you to set your clocks, set your alarms, set your calendars. And on July 4th, all I'm asking you to do is just support SoFi. Just support SoFi. It's that simple. If you're already a customer, add a couple of new products. If all SoFi stockholders, all returners just added like 2 products, think about how many product ads we'd have. I mean, I know there's data on how many returners own SoFi. It's a ton. There's a ton of us out there. We're a turd army. But why don't we take any action? Why aren't we on the march like those soldiers in that brilliant Matthew Broderick film Glory? Matthew Broderick, I heard, killed someone in England? I don't know if that's true. I'll have to ask ChatGTP. Somebody can look that up for me. I still love SoFi too, Lawrence Young. I think the company is Lawrence Young. It's not Young, it's Young. So I think the company's doing exceptionally well. I think it's a very challenging environment right now, and they continue to grow. They continue to grow profits. They continue to get more efficient. They continue to do very well in taking new revenues to the bottom line. They continue to do well with their margins. They continue to do very well shoring up capital ratios. They're extremely conservatively poised and positioned. So when these rates come down, the macro improves. They're going to take advantage of it like gangbusters, This company is going to absolutely explode, and that's what Noto's expecting. Noto's very conservative this year, but look at what he's expecting. Look at what they're calling for in 2026. If you look at where they are now, making almost nothing, and they're calling 55 to 80 cents in 2026, that is going to be absolutely explosive growth, the likes of which we have not seen yet. I want Operation Fireworks. I want you guys locked and loaded. I want you ready. I want you suited up for July 4th, Operation Fireworks. When the 5th comes back, I want you adding SoFi products. I want you signing up members. I want Q3 to be an absolute blowout, record-breaking, world-ending, show-stopping, shit your pants and slap your mama type of quarter. And that's really all I got to say, guys. I'm fucking exhausted. I can't stand you. I hate you guys. I don't care where you go. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Peace. I'm out.